Hey everyone, it is Jen and welcome back to my channel. As usual, I'm filming after Leo's asleep and so I do have to speak a little softly. But basically today I am here to do my monthly favorites. Guys, I'm on a roll. I'm pretty proud of myself. I've been uploading weekly since I have come back on YouTube. I haven't done like monthly favorites in a row for a really long time. So it's actually quite a big thing that I'm doing like a monthly favorites on a monthly basis. Today I thought I'd not only talk about skincare and makeup, but other things that just have been my favorites, whether it's like being content that I've been consuming or like books. But yeah, before I begin, I'm not naked. Just a disclaimer out there, I'm wearing a cami here. It's like a silk cami. Just a quick thank you for your wonderful reception and what is it? I'm thinking in Korean now in terms of my thought process. I'm doing it backwards now since I've been in Korea for so long.
But I'm trying to say thank you for receiving my video well.
Thank you for receiving my past two videos well, which was about my pregnancy postpartum period. I know a lot of you guys didn't really sign up for pregnancy content here, but we all grow and this is part of my evolution. And yeah, I just really want to thank you guys so much for listening to my story, which is a big thing to me. Just means a lot that you guys spent time with me, that you've basically sat down with me and gone through my journey together with me, even though it was quite long. So yeah, I am going to be putting up the Korean postpartum tips and care video after this in the next video, because next video is going to be a special update about Myeongdong. So do stay tuned for that. But yeah, without further ado, let us truly begin. By the way, this is an update of my fringe. It has grown this much, guys. The postpartum hair growth after losing all my hair. This is not a fringe that I've cut. Can you believe it, guys? It's like... But anyways, I do have a lot of interesting new products and brands today. I've been really trying the past month to really try unboxing and using a lot of the new products that I have lying around. So I'll go in order of usage and I'm going to start off with cleanser. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have actually heard of this brand. It's actually part of Neogen. Under them, they have a brand called Sir Medic, and this is the cleanser that I have been loving. It's Sir Medic's pH Azulene Soothing pH Cleanser. It looks like this. It's probably going to be really washed out in this lighting. Sorry, but it's actually quite hard to read in real life too because it's like pastel blue with white font. Sir Medic in Korean with a plus sign. And actually, I think I probably like Sir Medic's products more than Neogen's products even, and maybe even more than Reepe's products, which if you guys missed out is another clean beauty brand under Neogen. And I did a whole video kind of doing a review of those products and I really loved them. But I think I actually do like Sir Medic's products even more. I guess we'll have to see as we go, but this one has guaiacylene and it's got a gentle pH balanced formula with azulene ingredients notable for its calming and balancing properties to help maintain the skin's natural moisture barrier. It is very mild. It has a really slight blue kind of tinge to it, if that makes sense, but it's basically clear and it doesn't strip the skin at all. It's totally non-fragrance. I don't really remember if it foams. I don't think it foams, but it's just very pleasant to work with and it really cleanses nicely. It's super gentle, it's mild, it doesn't strip the skin, doesn't feel drying at all. Like it feels like so comfortable, like just my skin, kind of like leave my skin almost feeling hydrated and moisturized afterwards. So I'm actually really loving this cleanser. Why is my voice so husky right now? It must be because I'm tired. I've been putting Leo to sleep for like an hour. So I'm sorry if my voice is kind of croaky. I've been like pretending to fall asleep next to him. For toner, this is actually something I haven't been using on a daily basis, but it's actually just been handily next to me when I'm doing my makeup. And I find that I'm like always just reaching for it before I put my makeup on, especially if I haven't had time to like go through my morning skincare routines. My skin just feels very like dry, thirsty, and I want to quench it with something that works well under makeup and is layerable. This is the thing that I've been reaching for, and it's not even like a full-size version, which is why it's like on my makeup vanity. It's the COSRX Hydrium Watery Toner, which looks like this. So it's the like 50ml 1.69 fluid ounce version, which is like a sample, but it's so hydrating and nice to apply. It's got hyaluronic acid and allantoin, sodium hyaluronic cross polymer, etc., and panthenol, glycerin, and water as like some of the key ingredients that I can see on the front there. I should pretty much have my full-size version out, but this is really handy for going on travel as well, which is something that I've been really liking for when I went to Jeju-do this week. So yeah, I've actually been really liking that toner for whenever I'm doing my makeup in the mornings, probably the past few months to be honest. And even if it's not on hand, I would actually probably go and find this and reach for it. So anyway, That's a toner I've been liking. Another toner that I've been liking is actually a cream toner. And this is a new brand that I personally haven't really had a lot of experience with either. It's new. I think they reached out to me maybe like a few months ago, and I've only just started to try using their products and I really like it. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it. It's called Made in Forest Root Tree. So it's Root Tree with only one T in the middle as one word. Brand itself actually has like a tree looking like that. This is called Phyto Ground Purifying Cream Toner. It's white and it kind of reminds me of, do you remember when I did my second beauty box, or maybe the first one with Bazal? It had Thank You Farmer Rice toner in it. It reminds me of that, but it's a lot more creamier and thicker, but it's still very easily blended and absorbed onto the face. It's really pleasant to work with. It looks like it has like a bamboo lid. I'm not sure if it's actually bamboo, but I don't think it is. But it's like a unique kind of packaging for Korean skincare. It's pH balancing and did you see that? It comes out kind of like a snail product in terms of being really kind of gloopy, but because it is like a cream toner, it goes on beautifully. It adds this smoothness to the skin, like a silkiness to the skin, and it's very hydrating. It has like an ever so slightly mild, milky kind of smell, which you guys all know that I love as well. Is that the right word for it? Maybe like an oat milk kind of smell, but slightly sweetened. Yeah, I've been really liking that cream toner. So another product that I've been liking is actually a lotion. And this is actually a baby product that I've been loving that I found out later is actually not just a baby product. The thing is, I bought this at my hospital, obviously for like the maternity ward. So it was filled with baby products. I automatically assumed that this brand was like a baby product brand, and I only have been using it on Leo. But they actually reached out to me like this week or something. I haven't even shown you the brand and I'm like talking about it. Okay, I need to show you the brand. It's called eyelash. Oh, sorry. In Korean, it's estura. So pronounced A-E as E, estura. So this is the actual product that I purchased. I think it might have been like a little sample box of like various things. I have the sunblock as well as the foaming cleanser, which I like. This one is the Apto Barrier Lotion for sensitive and dry skin. And out of all of my baby products, lotions, this is the one that I use the most and love the most and trust the most on Leo. So I take this wherever we go, or not overseas, on any trips with Leo, whenever he's going through any kind of skin irritation. You know, when sometimes you feel like your baby's skin is kind of having a bad day or feeling dry or kind of like reacting to something, then I always just reach for this one. It's like a white light lotion. It looks almost like a cream, and a little goes a long way. It has no fragrance. It actually almost reminds me of, do you guys remember Real Barrier when I was talking about that brand? When I found them at Cosmoprof like 2 years ago. It does remind me of Real Barrier's cream, but slightly more easily blended. So the lotion itself, I feel like it's enough in terms of skincare for baby. And I realized that after they reached out to me this week and sent me their box of products, which I haven't opened yet, I realized that they're actually a brand for adult skin as well. This week when I went to Olive Young and I saw them there too. So actually when I first saw it, I just thought it was like going to be a boring baby product that I'd never see again. But being a mum, I'm actually realizing that a lot of the baby products that I see in those shops are actually for adults as well. There's this huge crossover between baby products and adult products in Korean skincare at the moment. So that's just something that I wanted to recommend for anyone who's looking for good product for their babies, or also just for adults. It's actually a really nice lotion. Just kind of like knock on the head kind of thing, like why didn't I think of using it myself? It's such a nice lotion. It's light, but then it leaves enough moisture and seals in the moisture. It plumps up the skin and gentle enough for babies to use, so obviously good enough for us as well. Hang on a sec guys, let me just touch up my lips. Guys, so I just realized I actually have quite a few products. 나는 그냥 어쩔 수 없나 봐.
By the way guys, I did my makeup like super quick today. I haven't got any false lashes or contact lenses, or I didn't even get to do highlight on my face, so I'm sorry if I look quite ratchet today. I just tied my hair up as well, like no styling, nothing.
Okay, almost done with skincare. I have 2 products. hand cream. You guys all know that I love L'Occitane's hand cream, the shea butter 50% version, which is like my holy grail for the past like 10 years. But for some reason, something happened, okay? And I've been putting it in a place where I couldn't reach for it very well as a mom who needs to kind of just hurry up in between things. So I've been reaching for other hand creams that are kind of a little bit closer and on the way. And in the process, I've been realizing that I have been loving this COSRX Comfort Ceramide hand cream in tints. Now, if you guys know, because L'Occitane has been my holy grail, I think it's kind of ingrained in my head, so nothing else has ever come close. Even if I come across something really nice, it's like, no, I have to always go back to my L'Occitane. But for some reason, this one has definitely grown on me, inched its way into my heart. Not fully yet, not fully. L'Occitane is still my favorite. It's still like super heavy duty, but this one still does a pretty good job, I have to say. And like, it kind of speaks for itself in terms of I have 2 tubes lying around my house, and this one I've almost finished. So I don't know, maybe I like it, guys. Maybe I like it. Yeah, it's got ceramide 6, shea butter. I'm not sure how much shea butter compared to the L'Occitane's 50% shea butter. It definitely feels a lot lighter, and it almost feels like, compared to L'Occitane's one, which feels like a cream, you know, like super creamy. This one feels almost like it's got like silicone in it in terms of it's smoother to apply. Feels like there's like a primer kind of feel to it, if that makes sense. The L'Occitane one, why am I doing a review? Why am I doing a comparison? I'll stop here, guys, and I'll just say that this has been a favorite hand cream. COSRX's hand cream. And final, last but not least, is also a product of a brand that I actually use very often in my regular skincare routines, but I just never end up talking about it in my videos. I'm not sure why. They just make it to my best of video awards at the end of the year, but sometimes I skip my best of video awards, or I don't even talk about it even though I've been using it all year. So I decided that I need to show it in this video. The Primera, the Amore Pacific brand, Alpine Berry Watery Cream. Looks like this, but this is actually a limited edition version that was for like this Love the Earth campaign that they did. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know why I don't talk about this enough, but it's a beautiful cream. I have a couple different tubs of this, so don't be fooled by how full this looks. Primera is a brand that for some reason, it doesn't have much hype around it. I don't think it's very popular. People talk about Hera more, which is another brand under Amore. It just has a different image in terms of it's more like eco-friendly. They try to do more sustainable packaging. They do a lot of campaigns with like Love the Earth kind of thing, but it's never really become a hyped thing, which is why I think people don't talk about it, but I think Primera actually has better skincare than Hera. Why am I talking about that? I don't know. Primera's products are a lot more cleaner to me. They have more clean ingredients. They're not as fragranced, and they're actually very effective. Like, I love their black seed line as well. But this Alpine Berry Watery Cream is beautiful. It's hydrating, it's nourishing. The palimsong, the texture, the application of it, everything is super pleasant, and it's not too light, it's not too heavy. A little goes a long way, so really you're getting like scoops of a tiny amount and applying it, and it's like beautiful for the neck as well. I think it's actually an amazing cream that I just never really talk about for the 100th time. Stop saying that, Jen. Another thing about this is it's actually called a watery cream. When I first received it, like years ago, I kind of avoided using it because I thought it would be one of those creams that, I don't know why I do this, I should just give everything an equal chance, but sometimes I just get bombarded with so many products that the name itself kind of turns me off. I thought it would be a little too watery or like not substantial in terms of the moisturization. I don't know why it's called watery, because yes, it's hydrating, but it's not watery. It's super quite heavy duty moisture, to be honest. There's another cream that doesn't have the word watery in it by Primera, which I thought would be heavier than this because this is called watery and that one's not, but that one is actually lighter than this. So this is a cream that I highly recommend you guys to check out if you want something that lasts for a long time. 100 mils, quite high standard in terms of EWG friendly ingredients. It's got coconut originated oil and alpine berry complex, so it's actually quite unique in the key ingredients, and it's very nourishing and nice to apply and everything, and it's not like super low end either. So this is something that I wanted to highlight for you guys for my last product of skincare. And now onto makeup. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too much. I'm gonna start off with foundation. Last time I talked about my favorite 2 Western foundations foundations, which were Lancome and Chanel. And I remember as soon as I filmed that, I kind of regretted not including this one because I have been liking this too, but just purely because I wanted to pick out less products to talk about to you guys, I think I just filtered this one out. But I realized that I've been liking this one a little bit more than those two this month, especially since it's summer and humid. I've been leaning towards this beautiful Dior Forever foundation, Teint Tenue 24-hour high perfection skincaring foundation, and mine is in 0N. Am I remembering correctly? I didn't talk about this in my last video, right? So I actually have the Dior Forever Glow foundation as well, which is more of the dewy, and this one's the matte one, even though it doesn't say matte in the product name or packaging anywhere, but the packaging itself is more matte. I find it kind of hard to find this online. I'm not sure why, but I wanted to let you guys know that I have the 0N shade in both dewy version and the matte version, and the shades are different. The glow version oxidizes a lot more and it's darker. So I love this one because it's actually perfect for my skin tone, and it doesn't give a white cast, but it gives a nice brightened effect. It's very pleasant to use. It doesn't cake, it doesn't patch, it doesn't dry, even though it's a mattifying foundation. And the non-oxidization part is a huge part for me. So it just gives you a beautiful, clean look. It has higher coverage than the Chanel and Lancome one that I talked about last time. So it almost looks like I've already done my concealer work. It definitely does a lot more concealing for dark circles and pigmentation and spots or freckles, moles, anything. So it gives a really nice flawless look without being heavy and cakey, like for example the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, but it's buildable as well. So anyway, enough rambling. I love this foundation. It's something that I actually reach for on special occasions as well. And to top off, I've been loving the Chantecaille Future Skin Cushion. A lot of you guys taught me how to pronounce it in my last time that I talked about it. Chantecaille's Future Skin Cushion in Aura. It's a beautiful topping cushion. The only thing is, I'm not sure if you guys can actually find it. I looked for it last time and I couldn't find it online. So I think it might be an Asia exclusive or maybe even a Korea exclusive, but it's a beautiful cushion. So I have this on my skin today. I always use it for when I've done my concealing work and then I want to have something that brightens the look, kind of puts everything together, or when I want to kind of do a blending of my blush and contour and just top it off and make it look more natural, then I go for this. It's a beautiful one to carry around as well. It's nice and light, it's non-fragranced, it's doesn't oxidize, it's light and blendable, and yeah, everything's just beautiful about it. So that's my favorite cushion for the past month. For brows, I've been loving the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dark Brown Brow Powder Duo. Until now, I've been using the blonde shade really well when my hair was lighter, but since I've gone darker, I went and got the dark brown from my local Sephora. It's in dark brown and more of a cool toned brown, so it works really well with brows. But today, I actually don't have this on. I have used my contour powder. This is another favorite, and I thought today maybe I can try and do a video where I put together a look using the least amount of products as possible. It's the Holika Tone Tuning Shading in 01 Cool Ground in Korean, but in English it's spelled grown. So it's got 3 shades like that. I might do like a comparison or a top contour powders video from Korean products to do like a comparison of all the best contour shades. Maybe I'll talk about it in my upcoming new series with Beauty Cookie, which is another channel here on YouTube. I'm preparing a series called Top 10. If you follow me on Insta stories, you'll probably know I've been talking about it for so long and talking back and forth with all of you guys. Maybe in that series, I'll look for a top 10 for contour products. So yeah, I have been reaching for this more than my previous likes for contouring. It's a nice neutral toned brown for contouring down here, my nose, and I've used it today on my face as well, so I'm not sure how that's picking up, but yeah, it's really nice. It does have a little bit of powdery fallout, so I have to be a bit more careful than when I'm using my art class, but it was a nice and affordable price as well, and I think the packaging is definitely a lot more durable. So anyway, that's that for contour and also brows. I don't have any eyeshadows to talk about in this video, guys. I'm sorry. There are just too many random shadows I've been using and are not like a particular favorite. But in terms of eyeliner, I've been coming back to the Clio waterproof brush liner in Kill Black. This is such a flashback, guys, because in my first few videos on YouTube, I always talked about Clio Kill Black and how it was like really hard to find in Australia. And at the time, no one was talking about Clio online. So I was like, This is a really good brand, guys. And can you believe I've been still using their eyeliners for the past 10 years? Like, it's really come a long way. They haven't really improved a lot, but they have improved on one thing, which was like a gripe for me, their packaging. It always did like funky thing, would peel off like tape is coming off, and of course the logo and everything would just disappear. So it was definitely not a nice thing to pull out and touch up on the go. But they have changed it to a little bit more of a durable form, and I think the brush has also become a little more advanced. It doesn't go crazy and weird as quickly as it used to. I have a lot of eyeliners on my vanity, and this is definitely still my always kind of go-to trustworthy eyeliner, even though it's not like the most waterproof. It's up there in terms of waterproofness. FYI, if anyone wants to know, for like super budget-proof, waterproof eyeliners, it's still Bobbi Brown ink, the black ink pot gel liners. But in terms of like everyday handy use, it's definitely been this. Love the brush, love the formula. It's very black and I've got it on today. And on a recent haul, I also picked up the Holika Eye Spang Glitter number 7 Fairy Parts. And if I remember correctly, this was like one of their 2 new shades, so it was a little more expensive. Looked a little different to me. I know there's tons of different egg yolk side glitters out there, but this to me, like in store, it looked different. So I had to buy it to try it. You guys know that I've been talking about all the new foiled glitter eyeshadows in Korean eyeshadow palettes lately and how they've gone really good. I realized there is nothing that can actually beat a gel glitter liner in terms of the shine of the glitters. So yes, the dry eyeshadow glitters can do a good job for like maybe for everyday use, or if you want to go on holiday and not take too many products and do something in all-in-one multifunction. But I think when it comes down to like real shine, real glitter, you have to resort to the wet type of formulas because it just has more of the reflection happening, since the eyeshadow versions have a lot of powder particles that kind of dilute the reflection. So today I have this on top of the dry eyeshadow glitter type of thing. If you see any like little glints here and there sometimes, it's from this. It's actually a really nice color as well. It's called Fairy Part because it's kind of like a light pastel pink. You guys know I don't like green glitters, and a lot of the white glitters, including Western glitters, have like green glints to it. I don't know why they have to have green. This one does not have a green glint to it. It has holographic glint. So anyway, out of new Korean glitters, this is one that I've been really liking and recommend to you guys. It also has a nice application. It's not like annoying pointy like 3CE type of doing like one by one. It's kind of like a thick handle, so it applies a lot easily and covers more surface area in one go, so it's not like a random like straight line. You can kind of maneuver a lot easily, if that makes sense. Today, one of you guys told me in my Insta stories as a response to my top 10 what categories you guys wanted me to cover, and one of you guys did ask about best lash glue or double eyelid glue, which is something that I haven't had a lot of questions about recently, but I thought some of you guys might still be using eyelid glues and eyelash glues and want to find something that's really good from the Korean market. I wanted to recommend Darkness Premium Collagen Eyelash Glue and Double Eyelid Glue. Anyone who's an OG would know it. This comes out like once in a while. It kind of like peeps out in my videos. But yeah, this is definitely the eyelash glue that I use all the time for my false lashes. It's super heavy hold, but it contains collagen in it, so it's actually non-stretching to your eyelids if you use it for the purpose of double eyelid glue. A lot of double eyelid glues, they kind of start to show like a whitening and it looks gross after a while. You can actually see it. This doesn't do that unless it's become an old product, but when it's new for the first 2 months or so, it completely is invisible. This is it. Collagen Darkness. I'm not even sure if they still make them, but if you find it online, this is it. It's the collagen one. So if we can support them, they'll keep making them for us. This is the best double eyelid glue out there from all the ones that I've tried, from Korean market, Japanese market, you name it. Super heavy hold as well. Oh, and also a lot of makeup artists, when they see me using this, like when I used to work for Arirang TV, the makeup artists there ran to me after the show finished because they saw me using this to do the makeup on camera for the live show. They're like, where did you get that glue? Because it's really good for individual lashes because of this applicator. For any makeup artists out there or anyone who uses individual eyelashes, it's really good for it. In terms of lips, something simple I've been coming back to is the Benefit Benetint. I'm not sure why why I ended up coming back to this, but I think it's just a very easy to use color and it's not burdensome in terms of application. You can just quickly put it on anytime, and even if it leaks over your lips, it doesn't look bad and stuff. I got this at the duty free when I was going to Jeju-do because I, believe it or not, I forgot to bring with me a red lip tint. Can you believe it, guys? Jen forgot a red lip tint. So I was like, okay, my one trustworthy thing that I would trust is the Benefit tint. So I went and got one and I like it. It's just really easy to use because it's watery again, but it's not the absolute best because it definitely settles into the lips, patches into any dry patches and concentrates there. So it kind of looks like patchwork. But if you don't have patchy lips, it's a beautiful lip tint and you can also use it for blush and stuff. So I still really like this. But in terms of new lip tints that I've been liking, I actually have these on my lips today. So since I've actually already talked about everything that's on my face today, I don't think I need to separately write a list of what's on my face. It's just gonna all be in the list below. But the lip tints that I have on today and what I've been really liking are the Etude House Colorful Tattoo Tints. And this one is in RD301 My Madness and RD303 Cherry on Top. RD301 My Madness actually looks like a fluoro pink when it's gradiented out, and 303 is a really red. So I've kind of done a blend of them too, with the 303 concentrated on the inner parts. Oh, actually, I might have gotten it the other way around. The 301 looks like the really reddish one with a slightly orangey undertone, and 303 Cherry on Top is the one that looks a little bit more pinky. 301 and 303. Depending on how this video is color graded, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to pick it up, but 303 is a beautiful red with a pink tinge to it. Here's the stain on my finger. So you might be able to kind of make out that pink. It's a really nice color to just do like a slight dab and gradient out. A little goes a long way. It's more like a mousse type of product. It doesn't absorb so much, but it does stain ever so slightly. It does have a little bit of transfer in the beginning, but once you get the transfer out of the way, it doesn't transfer onto the mask and things like that. And it is ever so slightly drying on the lips, but not too much like so that it disturbs you. I think it's really nice for blending. It works well. It's not overly fragrant and the colors are nice. So yeah, these are the lip tints that I've been liking, the Etude House one. Last but not least for makeup are mascaras. I realized that I haven't been talking about mascaras lately, so here's a brand that I haven't been talking about much lately. It's the Missha Ultra Powerproof Mascara Curling and Lengthening. It looks like this. It's like a gradient packaging, which is pretty cool. So this is something that I've been liking and using pretty well actually for the past few months. And also the Lancome Hypnose Star Waterproof, which is also a holy grail for like a decade throughout my videos. I've been coming back to this, and the Missha one is actually super waterproof. So it does really good job of curling, volumizing, but it is a little bit drying. So the lashes are kind of really dry and hard, kind of like brittle feeling. So after using it for a few months, I kind of was missing a little bit more of a natural kind of bend to the lashes, if you know what I'm talking about, which is why I kind of reached for my Lancome one again, and I realized that nothing beats it. There are just something that nothing can beat over time. It's like will be a forever holy grail. Please do not discontinue this Lancome. So I remember when Lancome discontinued the Hypnose Waterproof alone, I was like dismayed, but then they came out with the Hypnose Star Waterproof, which basically had just a different kind of wand. It's like triangular. Yeah, this is super waterproof though. So if you're looking for a more affordable, pretty decently volumizing, curl holding, and very waterproof, very dark mascara that doesn't run, that doesn't smudge, the Missha Ultra Powerproof Mascara. The wand looks like this if you're curious. It's quite thin and it's curved. So we're on our final product, guys, and this is actually my hair product. Hair. This is a treatment that I've been loving, and I realized how much I loved it when we went to a couple of trips the past month, and I never failed to take it with me. And whenever I use it, I just feel so good because my hair smells gorgeous. It's not overly weighed down, but it feels smooth, it's shiny, and it just feels and looks healthier. And it's actually a Japanese brand called Tsubaki. To be honest, a lot of Japanese hair treatments I find weighs the hair down, even if they're like really expensive ones. Sometimes I just feel like it makes my hair more oily, it gets greasier quicker, and although it does treat my hair, it like makes it really flat and heavy, but this one has been a huge success, so I use it every time I want my hair to smell nice and I want a pick-me-up in terms of treatment. So actually it's the Shiseido Tsubaki Premium Treatment Repair, the gold version, and I got this from Yes Style, but in Korea they actually sell them in Olive Young's as well. So yeah, it's a beautiful formula. When I run out, I will definitely buy it again. The smell actually reminds me of a long time ago. I don't know if you guys remember. A long time ago, like when I was in high school, kind of long time ago, which is ancient. Dove used to smell like this, but it has more of a long-lasting scent. So that is it for beauty products, guys. And I wanted to also talk about some other faves that I've been liking in terms of content. Now, if you guys know, I am a Christian, so this is kind of more for my Christian followers or anyone who's out there who believes in God. So not to get religious on you guys, but this is definitely a favorite, and I'm not just about beauty, so I wanted to kind of encompass other things as well. So hopefully this doesn't make you guys feel excluded or anything, but I'm just being me and sharing what my real favorites were. So I'm not sure about you guys, but the past few months have been like intense in terms of spiritual warfare for us, and a key book that was like instrumental for us in cleansing out our home again and just doing like a spiritual cleanse and detox was this book. I bought this on Amazon. It's Chuck D. Pierce and Rebecca Wagner Sitzema, if I said that correctly. Protecting Your Home from Spiritual Darkness book. And it's, I don't know if you guys went through this as well if you're a Christian. You know, spiritual cleansing and making sure that you don't own items that can open doors to the enemy in your life, that kind of thing. Like it was like super basic stuff from when I like first became a Christian kind of thing, but it was a really good revision of everything that I needed to know, plus some extra like more advanced type of spiritual warfare kind of information. I even went through and have some like highlights going on here and there. Very useful stories in here as well. I don't remember, but I think it's a couple who wrote this and they've been in the spiritual warfare business, not business, but you guys know what I mean, for a very, very long time. So yeah, this is a book that has been super handy for me, and if I have to go through spiritual detoxing, then I'll always hit back on this as well, just to cover any bases that I have missed out on or overlooked. It even talks about like what defiles the land and how to pray for a land or a space when you enter a place. So I think there are things that we kind of just forget about as Christians and let our guards down, but I think it's really good to have. So if you're a Christian, it's actually one of the top books that I actually recommend you to have. Another thing that I've been loving is actually not so much a book, although I have one of his books here to show you guys, but it's not so much the book, which is actually awesome as well. I bought this for my friend for her birthday and got one for myself as well. He calls it a treasury of scriptures that have brought powerful results in his life. So I remember like when I saw his sermons, he's passed away now, but him and his wife would always repeat certain verses before bed every night or in the mornings, and there's so much power in our words, of course, knowing the word of God and using that as our tool against the enemy as well. So is definitely a book that I recommend as well, but actual favorite was his sermons. I have been digging into Derek Prince's sermons actually for the past few years, but the past few months I've been just like, whenever I have time, I listen to Derek Prince's sermons. There's so many online, and I think it's his family that's doing a really good job of uploading his content. Although he's passed away like 2 decades ago or something, he's still well and truly alive and preaching, and he's an amazing teacher. So I really wanted to recommend Derek Prince. Amazing teacher. He's inspired me so much and brought so much insight, revelation, knowledge, wisdom in my life. So if I ever get to see him in heaven, I'm definitely going to be like, thank you so much, Derek Prince. But yeah, Upa and I have been really enjoying his sermons, so I wanted to recommend that to you guys as well. I think it's my first time that I talked about something non-beauty product focused in my favorites video. So we'll see how this goes and see if you guys liked it. Please let me know if you like me talking about this kind of thing as well as not just products. But finally, I did get a new phone, the new Z Flip Samsung. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, it is because my iPhone died. Yes, it died on me. And so I've been loving it so far. A lot of you guys actually asked if I could do a comparison or a review at least of the Z Flip 3 because a lot of you guys are considering whether to also make the switch from iPhone to Samsung or not. And I'm actually trialing this out because I actually have a new iPhone due to my warranty. If I like it, I'm going to stick with this. If not, I might just sell this later and then go back to my iPhone. I wanted to open up to you guys on YouTube as well. Would you guys like me to do that video? I've never done a review of like tech stuff, but if you find it interesting, I will definitely do it if you find it useful. That has just been released, so a lot of Koreans are like onto it as well. I got the lavender version, which looks pretty. They had a wait list for the pink one and I thought, I'm not so much into pink so much anyway. I'll just get the lavender one. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this catch up with me. Please do let me know your comments or feedback on this video in the comments below. If you enjoyed the length or not, if you enjoyed the non-beauty inclusions or not. And also do stay tuned for my next video, which will be next week. And it's going to be an update of one of my most watched videos on YouTube, which is my Myeongdong shopping tour. I'm doing an update to show you guys how Myeongdong has become, and it's a proper walkthrough, so do stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe to get the notification. I hope you guys are staying safe and happy and beautiful and full of joy and hope and peace wherever you are and whatever you're going through right now. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up so I know. And yeah, stay beautiful inside and out. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye everyone. 다음에 또 봐요.